Money. Some say it makes the world go round. Without it, you can't do a lot. But with it, you can chase your wildest dream. In the movie industry, more than anywhere else, nothing can get done without a budget. But how does it all work? How can $5 million be considered low budget when that much money can get you food for life off the McDonald's dollar menu? This week, I happen to be going to a film festival in Durham, North Carolina, where I'm going to watch a bunch of brand new documentary films and hopefully learn more about the different goals that films try to achieve and how they make money. To start off my investigation, I'm talking to Mr. Giordano, a film teacher at Newton North who also happens to be leading our class's field trip to the state that was first in flight.
In the last 10 years, most studios put most of their high-budget movies toward franchises. We're talking $100 million in production cost, plus another $100 million in publicity and marketing. So, you know, it's like Spider-Man will get remade forever, because they know that, you know, there's an audience for it. Then you hit something like Black Panther, which, you know, made more money than everything in the last 10 years. They'll be able to make Black Panther movies for at least another 10 years because of that. There are documentary production companies, but they're not generally made to make money. I mean, 90% of those movies won't make any money.
First movie at a film festival, it's about cycling.
Speaking of cycling,
we were so hungry, we worked all day, and we found this hole-in-the-wall taco place.
right above my head.
Literally a pop-up. Their salsa verde has the perfect balance of heat and just freshness. It's delicious. I can't.
He's really into this place.
I'm not even doing a hand for the camera right now. I'm 100% serious right now. I'm excited. I just had the best tacos of my life, and we're about to watch a movie about a cycler.
Eliza's gonna learn how to ride a bike. It's gonna happen. Yes, Eliza! Woo! Look at this biker gang right here. So we just saw one of the most incredible films that I've ever seen in my life.
Patrimonio.
It was called Patrimonio, and it was about these local fishermen who were fighting against big business.
In Todos Santos.
Baja California.
Yeah.
It's like that little part under California that's in Mexico. This huge company was trying to kick out these fishermen from where they work, filing lawsuits. It was just so difficult to deal with because every time we'd get a message that would just say they signed a contract saying they'll stop building. 2 days later, they started building again.
Yeah, there was this lawyer that was protecting or representing all these fishermen throughout this conflict, free of charge. He was sent to
thrown in jail for no reason.
Zero reason. There were forged documents actually that were admitted forgery that sent him to prison.
And so afterwards, I talked to the director.
Yeah,
and we had this awesome heart-to-heart about how.
No, I don't think anybody who's in documentaries is doing it for the money. You do it because you want change. You see something that makes you mad, and you want to do change. And this was just a labor of love.
That definitely showed through the video, by the way. That was incredible.
I could definitely tell.
It's hard, you know. You can go and work for Vice and run around. You know, you have to find a way to make money and do what you love.
So anyway, after seeing this movie, I had the pleasure of talking to the director of both this movie and a short one that I played right before it. Allow me to get a little sidetracked here because I want to share some of the amazing things she said during our short conversation. To give you a little context, this is her talking about the lawyer getting falsely arrested during a protest at the climax of the film.
I know we thought something was going to happen bad. We got there pretty quick, but before they got there, they did. They broke one guy's arm. They were beating up the fishermen, and as soon as we got there, they stopped. So that's the other thing, being a filmmaker. As a witness, you can prevent other things from happening by
That's
just
incredible.
being there.
They stopped when you got. They didn't.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna get a little more sidetracked and talk about the shorter documentary that we saw that had screened right before this longer one. It was about a group of rebel journalists who were fighting against their government by creating short satire films about their corrupt president, with puppets. But anyway, here's what the director of that movie had to say during the Q&A.
Journalism is technically banned from this part of Sudan. Sort of reporting on the wars in Sudan, there's three fronts, is not allowed by the government. So there's people living in Khartoum that don't even know there's a war. So this was really revolutionary in that it communicated this information to them.
What? I mean, when I heard that, I just kind of had to take a step back and just think for a moment, because I'm just gonna have to play that again so that you guys can really fully process what she just said.
There's people living in Khartoum that don't even know there's a war.
That is absurd. So anyway, now that we got that madness out of the way, Here's me and Eric's 2 cents on the topic. Oh, and this is in reference to the movie about the fisherman. Films, they're out there to make money, a lot of them. But this one couldn't be farther from true.
This one's in the heart, man. And like I feel like a lot of people say like, oh yeah, a film like this that's about like the people rising up is really important in times like these. I feel like it's important at any time, you know what I mean?
They knew how to fight, and so that was what was
They didn't give
important.
up.
They never gave up.
They would not have given up.
It just shows the power of the people. And the power of a documentary to change hearts and minds.
Dude, yeah, I'm not gonna stop thinking about
Yeah.
this. Like that was powerful. Like,
It was
movies
powerful as hell.
Work.
So what would you say? Business or art? Have the movies you've seen been made for profit or something more?
Hollywood wants to make a lot of money off, you know, something that's sellable. Doesn't have to be good. If it's good, great, you know. But it's a business. It's owned by huge corporations. Paramount right now is in huge trouble because they've had a string of failures for like 5 years. They're going to be sold probably. They get investors from Wall Street. That's who pays for your movies. People don't realize that. Disney right now is just printing money because, you know, they've got Star Wars, they've got Marvel, they've got Pixar. I mean, they just make money hand over fist. It sounds very cynical, but it's somewhat true. Like, they know they're going to make some good movies, but that's not necessarily their primary interest. Their primary interest is in making money.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one.
You can see me, you know, it's been a long time since I've asked somebody to go to the prom, but I have been requested to ask Lydia if she would possibly go to the prom. There's a yes.
Yes! In case you didn't know. From North Carolina to prom. Oh yeah.
Livia, what do you say just for the record?
Yes.